Tonight's tactical enhancement is a boilermaker with Japanese characteristics. Tonight we're playing Warhammer 8th edition, 2,500 points, and I've got a couple of items of terrain from the stuff I recently finished. I'm using a random chart to roll up terrain, and I only came with the one building really, but we've got a lovely inn which seems to be armed now. There's some scattered terrain from yesteryear. This is the battlefield. And we're doing a standard battle line because it's Friday night, we've had a few, and we can't be fucked looking up special mission rules. As for the armies, I'm fielding the Dark Elves that I've been slowly rehabilitating. And I didn't have quite enough points, so I did a rush job last night. I'll show you that in a second. So what we're fielding is 5 Cold One Riders with a banner that makes them cause terror. 2 units of the Dark Shards, repeat crossbows, the Witch Elves that I finished painting fairly recently. Lovely ladies that they are. And over here we've got the Corsairs that have been giving me good service. 2 Hydras, that's 10 heads. And we're all characters. We've got Elvira over here. I think it's the first character I painted. The first assassin that I did, who has Killing Blow. The other assassin, who is +1 roll to wounds, not even +1 strength, it's +1 roll to wound. The other mage that I did more recently, and I'll just put the standard bearer somewhere more prominent. This one is not 100% finished. I haven't done the basing. But yeah, I'll talk through this in a separate video. I think I'll just do a quick video later. But this is the standard bearer under construction. And that is 2,500 points. Elvira is a level 4 and the other mages are level 3, which I wouldn't normally do, but I haven't got any fighting lord characters done yet. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure how I'll beat Andrew's army with all of this, but I'm going to have a crack. Now, let's have a look at Andrew's army. Andrew has brought 2,500 points worth of Empire. Talk us through what you've got.
Alright, we'll start with the infantry. So we've got 39 spearmen there.
39, okay. I'm assuming the character's going to pop in there somewhere.
Maybe. There is a spot for him because I've got so many freaking characters.
Right.
So next unit is Flagellants.
Oh, hello. Yes, have a bath, you assholes.
So I think there's 20 of those.
Yeah.
So they're a mix of plastics and really old ones.
Yep, I remember those.
Yes. So behind them is the great swords.
Yes, hello gentlemen. You to do what you do.
Yeah, 7 great weapons. Plate armor, so all good. War machines. So behind them we've got a great cannon, Hellblaster.
Yep, as you'd expect. That's the carnage that I'm looking forward to enduring.
Then we'll move on to Cavalry. So we've got a big unit of Inner Circle Knights Panther, then a smaller unit of Standard Knights Panther.
Alright.
Then in front is a unit of Demigriffs.
Yes, these are one of those units that's given me vast amounts of hell over the years.
So their Inner Circle is standard, so they're all strength 4, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Then we've got a unit of Pistoliers in front.
Yeah, I love these guys. Huge amounts of character.
Unfortunately, they're not going to last very long against Dark Elves, but we'll see.
Well, they're kind of a target priority.
So next is a Steam Tank, of course. 2,500 points of Empire. You'd expect to see at least 1 Steam Tank.
Well, thank fuck you've only got one, is all I can say.
Yes. I think I'll stop at 1 too. They're just hideously powerful. Then we've got the characters.
Alright.
So General.
Yeah, okay. Captain Fantastic is back.
Yeah, let's see if he survived this time. Then we've got a Warrior Priest with nothing.
I do like these guys.
Sorry, there is another Warrior Priest over here.
Oh, right, okay, so there's a character in there. Okay.
I just forget about him.
Well, I don't feel bad about the sheer number of characters I've got now.
Yeah. Then we've got Mage.
Yep.
BSB.
As you do.
And hiding up the back, I mean, that's pretty much front so you can see him. Engineer.
Oh, hello. Well, doesn't he have a nice furry hat?
Yeah, he's quite a characterful little character.
Yes. Now, Andrew has a tendency to create these armies from hell that have no fat on them and are extremely dangerous. And I think I had to look back at our videos. I got a tie against this last time. And I think we'd have to go back a very long way to find another game, videoed or otherwise, where I didn't fucking lose to these guys. With dwarves or high elves. Wood elves, I mean.
Probably dwarves would probably be the next game that you probably gave them quite a bit of trouble.
We applied maintenance of aim when I pitched the dwarves against these guys, and what that meant was I lost an extra 50 to 100 guys more than I needed to. I probably should have done what you did in our last game of Team Yankee, where you withdrew with what was left of the army.
Tactical withdrawal, yes.
It would have been smarter for the hold, I think. Yes, absolutely fucking lethal. So we'll see how we go against this. Right, we're going to roll some dice, see who's getting what edge of the table, and we'll check in once we're deployed. Right, we are deployed. Andrew won the roll-off and chose the side of the table that he was sitting on where his miniatures were sitting because they're that fucking naked. Some problem with having children and day jobs. Now, the Empire have come out of the inn, which seems strangely appropriate to me. We have on the left flank the Demigriffs, dangerous as always, with Captain Fantastic hiding behind them. God knows what he's going to do. Refer to our last video against the Empire for how much that guy annoys me. Moving along, we've got a tank, heavy cav. These guys have done their vanguard move. I don't know why they've gone there exactly. They won't last. There must. Andrew's not stupid though. There must be a cunning plan. The infantry line, what there is of it. Cannon hiding on the hill, ready to shoot after he's moved his stuff out of the way down the hill. And some knights on the flank. I decided to counter the knights on the flank with my Cold One Riders. I have the stupidity rule, which is annoying. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I did have an idea of charging my crossbow forward at full pelt to try and get to his war machines, or at least distract their shooting so they had to shoot at them. But that's not going to happen because he's deployed them too much in his line. So we have shooters on the flank, infantry, monster, shooters, monster. The reason being I want to stack monsters on the flank whereas monstrous cavalry is. That's also what the steam tank is. Yeah, shit happens. I've got a mage here attached to his crossbow. It's level 3, level 4 mage, and a standard bearer. That infantry unit, mostly because you can't put a mage in a witch elf unit because they might decide to randomly assassinate the poor person. And the assassins are hiding. I've allocated where they are. No great surprises. As for Andrew's characters, he did confirm that his mage is level 2. There it is. Where the fuck's the warrior priest?
Sorry?
Where's your warrior priest?
There's one there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
And there's the other ones in the knights unit over there. And the army standard bearer is in there with the great swords as well. So certainly where I put him. Alright, well, that's that. Let's grab some dice, dude. We've got to roll off for turn 1. Oh, camera steady-ish while I go with dice. Excellent. I get to run at him before he gets to shoot at me. We'll check in at the end of Dark Elf turn 1, and I'll just flag, even though I'm hiding in the woods as though I'm a wood elf, we are definitely Dark Elves. And with the first half of turn 1, Dark Elves, and we moved up. We moved up very carefully here to make sure that we're outside the theoretical charge arc of that tank, although it's going to shoot at us anyway. Moved up the infantry, not quite as far as they could go, because we wanted to leave room for the shooters. You get clean shots on the Pistoliers, who were a sacrificial unit, because Andrew didn't want me shooting at something else. What was it you didn't want me shooting at?
I can tell you.
Oh, okay, because I might shoot it next turn. That's fair enough. We kept these Cold One Riders back because
charging forward would be a good way to get killed by charging cavalry, and I want to sort of upset whatever the hell it is he's planning to do. At the moment, we're just outside the range of his Hellblaster body gun. Magic. Couldn't do a lot because we're not in range of a lot. But now I think about it, we actually were in range of more than I thought. I might note that I've had a shot of whiskey and about 2 standard drinks of beer, so we'll see how this game goes. What we did do in the way of magic was, what was the first spell I did?
It's strength, wasn't it? Did you use strength?
No, I didn't bother with that.
No.
I can't remember.
Oh, fuck, I cast a spell, I can't remember what it was. Second one was great though, we got off to level 6 and we hocked a small template all the way up the guts of that spear unit and bumped off 11 of them, which is a welcome start. 11 of, that's a panic test.
25%.
There we go. Should have thought that. Oh, they're feeling alright and they rolled a 6. We're going to have to think of what the fuck was the first spell that I cast.
Go through your list again.
Fuck, I'll figure it out later. In the meantime, we'll get on with the movement of the Empire for turn 1. Okay, well the Dark Elves decided to pounce, and only about 2 out of 5 actually did pounce. These guys fucked up their charge and shuffled a bit. The Witch Elves made it in, then they rolled absolute fucking dog shit for all their dice rolls, and the only thing that redeemed them at all was that the Andrew rolled a bit shit for his armour as well. I can't believe that Witch Elves actually killed so few models out of all the fucking dice that I rolled. These idiots missed their charge by 1 inch. This thing, it missed its charge by 1 inch. We did get the Hydra in against the steam tank, and we expended the breath weapon because I don't think that Hydra's going to survive this combat. And took off 1 wound, and then the actual bitey heads took another 2 wounds off the tank somehow. And the magic, we sent off the level 6 spell again and bumped off another, how many was it, 13 guys?
Something like that.
13 spear carked it, that's better than nothing. We did actually roll absolute shit in terms of the number of dice for that turn. So I had to use the Power Stone to actually have a chance of getting things off. As for the shooting, these guys took 1 wound off of the Vigilance for 20 shots. That was a bit underwhelming again. And these chaps actually managed to bump off a knight, which is about what you'd expect. I actually did really bad on my dice rolls. Fortunately, Andrew rolled a 1. So a pretty fucking mediocre round of combat. I have to say, if Andrew hadn't rolled badly for his armor rolls, I might have actually lost frenzy off of the Witch Elves. That was really terrible. Anyway, over to Andrew's turn 2, and we'll see what happens after that. Right, end of turn 3 for the Empire, and from the Empire's point of view, it's been rather a successful venture. From the Dark Elf point of view, it's been probably one of the worst turns of this game I've ever had. And interestingly, the thing that fucked it up wasn't this turn, it was last turn. To run you through it, this is the last of the terror-causing, overpriced, banner-packing Cold One Riders. Now you recall last turn, they missed their charge by 1 inch. They're supposed to charge those guys and muck them up. Because they failed, they ended up just drifting into close range, or no, into range for the Hellblaster volley gun. Previously they were not in range of it. General idea was to go from out of range to charging into melee without getting shot at. That didn't work, so they got shot at instead. Andrew did, yeah, okay on the dice. Not spectacular, but okay.
Nah, about average for them.
About average, and killed 4. I did rather shit in the armor rolls. That guy then failed his morale, and this is the last guy left, he can't even ride. So that was shit. You recall last turn, the Witch Elves made their charge into the Greatswords, but these chaps failed the charge. They rolled like 5 or something, and didn't make it into the Spear. That's meant 2 things. One is the Spear then enveloped the Witch Elves, and the Vigilance Warrior is going to get in. But the Spear enveloped and added all of their variables to all of their attacks. In the melee, I then proceeded to roll absolute dog shit anyway. Andrew rolled about on the odds. So he actually killed them all to an elf, and the assassin ran away. As the last sole survivor, his ward save actually worked. But that should not have been the case. Those spears should not have got in. And if I'd rolled average dice against Andrew's average dice, yeah, there'd be some left doing an uphill battle, but there would have been a lot more dead guys on the other side. It would have been, a bloodbath for concerned. Now, because these Corsairs missed their charge by 1 inch, they then got charged by the Knights instead of crashing through the spear, which they would have massacred outright. So the Corsair is still there, but they're doing it tough. Andrew did actually rather well. He rolled a 6 on his, otherwise decent dice on his tank, and killed the Hydra outright. I don't think the Hydra's prospects were actually very good after the first round. I figured he's always going to die sooner or later.
Yeah.
But I think Andrew polished him up a turn earlier than I would have liked. That was rather annoying. Kind of got to suck that up though. The other problem is, because the other Hydra, when it went to charge the birdies, it also missed its charge by 1 inch. So instead of charging them and dealing with them 101, it got combo charged by a Lord with a fucking rune fang, as well as being charged by the birdies. And it would have been probably a fairly even fight against the birdies if it had just been them by themselves.
Yeah, I think it would have been a dead even fight, actually.
Yeah, but the rune fang just massacres all before it. Even the fucking dwarves can't get that kind of rune weapon. I don't know.
We actually got the rune fangs from the dwarves, which is
and I don't understand why the cunts gave it to him, frankly. They
12 of the bloody things too.
12 of them. Well, the number of times that my dwarf army has been massacred by this particular Empire army, I think they made a strategic blunder. But what all of this means is that it's looking pretty fucking dire for the Dark Elves. And look, I did roll absolute shit this turn for dice rolls. But it was the shit dice last turn for the charges that fucked me 6 ways from Sunday. The amount of damage I would have received with the same dice, the same bad dice I got this turn, had I got the charges in, would have been a lot less. But enough bawling my fucking eyes out. I've now got turn 4 for the Dark Elves. Time to throw some dice. I don't know, maybe a mage will explode and take out everything. Right, this turn, there wasn't a lot I could do. I mean, the assassin rallied, the last cold one fucked off as he was always going to do. Magic, we bumped off a bunch of knights. What, 5 or so of them?
4.
4 knights with the 1 spell, because I rolled shit for the Winds of Magic. I rolled shit for the Winds of Magic for the last 2 rounds and had to expend magic devices in order to get up enough dice and actually able to do things. Now, bumping off those guys helped, but really at the end of the day, they didn't have their spears, so they're nowhere near as dangerous as they were when they charged. Shooting. These guys rolled a fuckload of dice, did what? Killed 1? 3?
3.
Yeah, pathetic. They should have killed 8. Over here, we didn't have any good targets, so I fired them all. It's the bane of my existence and did nothing, which is kind of what we expected, but he's only got to roll a couple of 1s and he's suddenly a hurting puppy. And then in the melee, we proceeded to roll complete crap again and again. Andrew rolled probably about average and killed 1 guy.
Yeah.
I suppose this is testimony to the difference with cavalry. So when they charged in, there was 2 ranks, there were 4 ranks, and they all had their spears. They did a huge amount of damage to this unit. In the turn when they didn't have their spears, they had to roll lances. They had to roll their 4 to hit, then 3 to wound, and then get a 5+ save. They don't kill very much when they're not charging. That's that difference of the getting the charge in or not getting the charge in. Cost me about a full rank, maybe a rank and a half of casualties, which means in the subsequent turns, Andrew actually lost this combat by what, 1, 2, thereabouts? It could have been more. Although he rolled really well, so he would have stuck around anyway. But the point is, instead of rolling on 8 or 7 or less, he would have been rolling on maybe 5 or less. So that indicates the power of getting your charges off against these guys, aside from not getting hit by the Hellblaster. Anyway, it is now over to turn 4 for the Empire. I suspect this will be the last turn, but we'll see if we can fight it out. Right, it's the end of Empire turn 4. Now they've moved up. I like to think that my crossbow here could kill all those flagellants, but they'll probably just kill one like they have every other turn they've shot. Mostly what happened was crushing in the melee here. The steam tank made it in. That was pretty much it. That killed all of the rank and file just on its box standard steam dice. The assassin took 1 wound off of the warrior priest. And for all the other fucking fistload of dice that I threw at the knights, Andrew refused to roll any 1s. The Demigris managed to kill the standard bearer. The mage and the assassin just got by without any wounds taken at all. But yeah, that Demigriff killing the standard bearer was enough to mean that the last few characters are no longer unbreakable, so that unit's gone. And look, there are bits of things I could do. The level 3 mage there could cough up some spells. If this mage survived, could cough up some spells. These guys could have another round of shooting before they get massacred by knights. But it's coming up on Pumpkin and Co-op, so we thought we'd stop. Even with some really good dice rolls, I couldn't stop the momentum of the Empire Army now. Well, all I can say is that even with all my bitching and moaning about the absolutely fucking woeful dice that I had for like 3 turns running, they wouldn't have mattered at all had I got my charges in. There was that turn of 3 failed charges that cost me the initiative, and who knows where it would have gone from there. Angie was a very good player. He still had a tank. He could have very easily killed me, but it would have been a proper battle. Interesting that. Whole thing turns in one phase. Andrew, what have we learned?
So in your second turn when you declared all those charges,
Mm.
probably the knights charging over here against my knights, failing that was not really a big deal, because even if you made the charge and killed the knights, you then would have been in short range with the Hellblaster volley gun, and that would have just wiped out the knights anyway. And even if my knights had held, my flagellants would have just charged in and just cleaned up the knights anyway.
True,
So whether or not they made that charges, those knights were never going to break.
The flagellants are part of what completely fucked up my witch elves. So
Yeah, true.
I'll
get onto that in a sec.
Yeah,
the knights over there,
Yeah.
I think your knights really need to be next to an infantry unit.
To be honest with you, they were only set up there to fend off flank attacks from your knights.
Okay.
They were there to be a foil. I probably shouldn't have charged. That was a bit stupid.
Yeah, I probably would have held.
Yeah, that would have
Not
been smarter.
keeping in range of the gun.
Yeah, I would have stayed out of 24 of that
Yeah,
blaster for
that
sure.
would have been
Yeah.
an approach.
True.
And you still could have held that flank by staying out of range.
Yeah, and the crossbows could have just shot everything that came up that flank anyway.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
well, that's true.
that flank wasn't really that concerned. Over here with the witch elves and the great swords, those witch elves were never going to get through those guys because they're stubborn. They're leadership 8 with a reroll. Witch elves are only strength 3. You might get buckloads of attacks, but only half of them are going to really hit. Even with your rerolls, you might get another half. But then on toughness 3, your strength 3, so only half your attacks are going to wound. Then I've got a 4+ save. So it would have taken you 5 or 6 rounds of close combat to actually kill them all. And because they're stubborn, they're never going to run. They're never ever
we
going to
did
run.
have an assassin. I think the witch elves with the assassin would have gone 1-for-1 with your great swords with their ring priest. That was my thinking.
No, they were never going to punch through.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I might do the math on that later and try and figure it
I
out.
would have used something else.
Oh, but I didn't have anything else. That's the problem. I mean, in an ideal world,
Yeah.
I would have buddied up each infantry unit with the Hydra. In fact, the army's designed to sort of work that way. One
Yeah.
monster with 1 rank and file.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't do it is because there's a fucking tank over here.
Yeah, so you just literally didn't have enough units to cover everything, which is fair enough. I mean, they're elves. You're never going to have enough units. So the other close combat that we had was the Knights and the Corsairs. I actually didn't expect my Knights to hold at all. All I wanted to do was just hold you for 1 turn to stop you from casting anything truly dangerous, but then I realised that you could still cast that mega spell even in close combat, so That was a freaking waste.
Yeah, and look, again, if I got into what was left of the spear, I would have massacred them.
Yeah, but again, they probably would have been still steadfast because there were still heaps of them left at that stage. And all I have to do is hold for one turn, and then you'd get flank charged, and then.
Actually, I think I would have cut through them. If you look at the combination of two characters, one of which is an assassin, combined with chuck a spell in while we're in melee, combined with the sheer number of attack these guys put in, plus they've got armor. Actually, and the fact that this is a rank and file unit, I don't think they would have been steadfast. I think they would have been at minuses.
Maybe. But then, even if you did break through, like, where are you going to go?
Oh, the cannon.
Okay, you would have been in short range. Blast a volley gun.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you would have got cannisters
I
as well.
would have got some characters in there. It would have been just a shit
Yeah,
fight.
but if you'd broken through on your turn, it'd be my turn next.
Yes.
You're now within short range of canister fire from the cannon. You're now within short range of the Hellblaster volley gun. That thing can pump up to 30 shots a turn.
And look where it is.
Yep.
It's on the top of a hill, and it was positioned in your first turn of your deployment. Like what a perfect spot to be with that.
Well, that's why I sent the pistoliers out, because I thought, fuck, if I don't give him something to shoot at, he's going to move up his crossbows and he's going to take out all my guns.
Oh, the crossbows won't do shit with the guns.
Yeah, they will. Why wouldn't they?
Well, you saw my dice. I was barely killing any fucking village
All
elves.
we have to do is roll a 6 to wound.
You can roll, let's see, long range, multiple shots, and move. You need a 6 to hit.
Yeah, on that turn. But once you're within range, then you need 5s to hit.
Yeah, so you start getting.
He's saying his crew's vulnerable.
7 hits. You kill one crew member a turn on average. It's not worth it.
Oh,
you need poison arrows to do that shit.
What he needs bolt throws.
I fire
Yeah.
elven bolt throw at your dwarven cannons.
But that's a bolt throw at strength 6.
No, I fire the multiple shots.
Mm.
And I've knocked out cannons in 1 or 2 turns with 2 bolt throws. You'd be surprised how many 6s come up.
But that's a
actually-
range. That's a long range weapon.
And it's
So he's
5
only
to
24 inches.
5
So
to hit instead of 6.
you
Yeah,
need-
anyway. Look, you can, but if you do the math on the statistical likelihood of that actually working, it's not great.
I would still do it because that Hellblaster volley gun is
Devastating.
Oh, it's a
it's
monster.
a high priority target.
It is, and I did have some ideas on how to deal with it. They were nerfed by the positioning, and I think
Yeah, I think your shooting units need to be used together to have any discernible effect.
normally that would be one
Got
of
a
the.
shitload of dice coming over.
Yep. Concentrate all your firepower into 1 point.
Well, that's right. I should have been concentrating magic and firepower. 1 unit, fuck it up. The drama I had is firstly there's a fucking tank, and that tank has just absolutely mauled everything in its path. People did point out that I should have charged both Hydra at it. That might have killed it if I'd rolled well enough.
Well, you took 3 wounds off it with 1 Hydra.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, so it's possible.
Yep.
But it's got 10 wounds.
Yeah, but you don't have to destroy it, you just have a damage it, remember? Because remember how it
Yeah,
works.
yep.
You roll a d10, if you roll over your wounds, reckon it misfires and fucking
Yeah.
magic stuff.
So 2 of those things would have started to do some serious damage to it. I did have a little bit of a fuck up when I positioned the Hydras. Firstly, so they were able to be hit by 1 cannonball. That was a bit of an oversight.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I didn't realise it at the time, but I got the angle just out, so I couldn't charge the steam tank with both of them. So that was a mistake. But I think really the issue is this army's not balanced yet. I've got 2 mages and I can't use them to their full effect because I just don't.
No, you're 6 dicing that one spell.
The winds of magic just don't give you enough dice to use a level 4 and level 3 mage. I would have ditched the level 3 mage, but I didn't have anything else to get myself up to 2400.
So what would you take instead of the level 3 mage?
Bolt throws.
2 bolt throwers, which I haven't assembled yet. They've got to be scrubbed down. They're going to take me ages. Shades, which I haven't painted up yet because I don't know what they did to the things, but they've been sitting in Metho for 6 months and I still can't scrub the fucking paint off. I would have changed the banners and saved myself 100 points there basically. Well, maybe 90 because I would have given a different banner to the cold ones. And then that gives me, on top of the shades and on top of the 2 bolt throwers. It gives me another 100, 150 points spare, which is actually another 5 cold one riders if I actually get them. So if you imagine 10 cold one instead of 5, 2 bolt throwers and some shades fucking around in your back line. That's a very different dynamic to the rather blunt instrument that I threw at you today.
A lot of rich targets for those bolt throwers. You just had so many rich targets to.
Oh, my general.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got no ward saves.
There's nothing to
I'd have to
answer.
be very
Nothing to
careful
stop
about
it.
how I used him.
And look, the steam tank, I mean, the general's deadly, but the steam tank is
Oh, probably high priority target.
number 1 target, steam tank. Number 2 target, probably general, but actually the birdies are probably a bit more dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They are
Um,
fucking really powerful.
Well, it's worth noting this guy's job is basically to take out war machines. So I might have to shoot at him, otherwise I won't have any war machines.
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't believe the sheer number of cannonballs this motherfucker has skipped around. It's like those old West movies when you know, somebody's shooting a pair of 6 guns at some guy and making him dance, and this fucker gets past and chops the cunt's head off.
Sometimes I felt truly awful at all I could shoot.
Nothing.
A wonder wound, or it just bounces straight over the fucking top
That's
of
right. Misfire after misfire.
Or it just buries right in the ground in front of
You
him.
just put your bolt throwers right next to your crossbows and you throw a whole lot of dice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd be a
the
little
crossbows have other jobs to do. Look, I have to say, a steam tank is one thing in this game that I've never figured out how to deal with, except the time that I think I charged one of them with a greater demon. That's the only time I've really managed to bash one of them into submission.
Yeah.
I've had a treatment have a go. Had a pretty good go, but ended up losing.
Yeah, but I tied it up for the whole game, so
Well, true.
that's all we know. So.
Yeah, but yeah, look, I think the Dark Elf army, when used properly, is a tricksy army, and what I fielded today is not tricksy.
I think once you pin the Dark Elves down, they crumble. They've got no staying power.
No, they got to hit in combination, and they've got to do clever things to stop your combinations from working.
Yeah, once you take out their manoeuvrability and pin them down and hit them with multiple units,
Yeah.
they crumble
They're
like really quickly.
fast, yeah.
Yeah, they're a glass cannon, but you know, all elves are. And the wood elves are even more of a glass cannon when you get down to it.
Yeah, look, I've had a lot of experience fighting against elves, and Dark Elves, their magic is crazy good.
I don't think anything went wrong for you, Andrew. Your game plan just worked.
My cannon fire in the first turn, I could have taken out both those hydras with one cannon shot because Chris had lined them up, and I rolled a 1 to wound,
Oh.
and then on the next one I only rolled a 2 for the number of wounds.
Yeah, that was a mistake, and I could have been punished a lot harder for that one. But it's worth noting, one cannonball, you can never rely on that to do shit
When I
anyway.
fired the cannon on the steam tank, I actually hit the fucking thing, but then I rolled a 1 to wound as well. So, you know,
The Hydras are a very expensive target.
they could have been wiped
They
off
could
the
have been
table,
wiped off in the first 2 turns.
and then that would have been,
That would have been game changer there.
the game would be over by turn 3, but the steam tank would have just gone straight at those Corsairs.
But potentially. And it is an interesting study in whinging about dice rolls, because, okay, cannon are fickle fuckers at the best of times,
Yeah.
but, you know, they did their job in the end, on balance.
Well, the Hellblaster did.
Hellblaster did, yeah. I mean, if you chop 2 or 3 cannons in, you kind of expect, on average, one of them to do everything that it should, and the other 2 will not work,
Yeah.
because of the numerous dice you got to roll in order to get it to actually work. Certainly I found with the dwarves, you don't have at least 3 guns, you're not going to get anything done.
Well, I certainly didn't get anything done with that cannon today.
Yeah.
Well,
I only
Andrew,
killed like 2 crossbowmen, and that was it.
I want to see you battle against someone like Mark.
Well, I'll bring my demons though.
Yeah, was that
If he
1800
wants to bring
points
big
worth of
beasties,
refined death?
I'll
Yeah.
bring my big beasties.
Well, whoever wins, I'm going to be happy.
He's a Thursday night.
But yeah, it's interesting to think, if I'd rolled really well, I could have diced my way out of bad decisions. If I rolled average, it would have been a meat grinder. Because I rolled poorly, my combos didn't work.
No, you got pinned down.
Mm.
And once I pin you down, then I can just,
As soon as I lost the initiative, I was fucked.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up this game. As soon as you lost the initiative, the Empire just surrounded you, and then did what the Empire does.
Sometimes it's good to ask a friend to roll the dice for you, because tonight would have been one of those nights for Chris.
I've thrown dice in the bin in some games when the little fuckers have been traitors. I don't know, what would you have done differently with the Empire Army?
Differently?
Yeah. Any improvement prospects?
No.
No. I mean, look, you got a refined killing machine. I can't think of what you did differently.
Oh yeah, I can't really think of much. No.
You played it perfectly.
No, I can't really think of anything.
It's an interesting question. If we'd done 500 or less points, 2,000 point game, what would you have got rid of?
Oh, Steam Tank. I only take that in really big games.
Right.
Because you can imagine a Steam Tank in a 2,000 point game, they just dominate everything.
Because in a 2,000 point game, I would have ditched the level 3 mage, I would have ditched the stupidly big banner, another banner, so that's for that's 380 points, and I would have lost another 120 points in somewhere.
Yeah, I would have dropped the Steam Tank and the Flagellants.
Yep.
They're actually really expensive.
And I would have dropped one mage that didn't really do much, and I don't know, maybe an assassin.
Yeah, the assassins are useful.
The problem with assassins I'm finding is that they jump out, and then you just throw champions at them.
Yeah, they're useful over several turns.
Maybe what I need to do is issue a challenge with my champion, and then I can throw the assassin into
Our
my
champions
file.
can't issue challenges.
Oh, they can only receive them.
Yeah, but if you had another character, you could issue a challenge.
That's an interesting thought.
But then I might go, oh, wait a minute, he's probably got an assassin, I'll accept the challenge with my character.
So the assassin then goes into the rank and file.
Yeah.
So an assassin's job.
But then I don't know if you've got the assassin or not, so it's kind of a
That
double bluff.
That raises an interesting prospect, because then I could, instead of taking the assassin with a ward save so he can survive a challenge, I could ditch the ward and take some stupid weapon and start hacking rank and file.
Sure, yeah.
Or can you have 2 assassins in the 1 unit?
I don't think so, but I don't have any melee characters apart from the standard bearer. I've got to paint up another one soon, but that would mean that you have a standard bearer plus an assassin in 1 unit, a hero plus another assassin in another unit.
It's a lot of points.
Well, it is, but if you want your rank and file units to just have that extra bit of punch, you'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much are these assassins. I wouldn't be cheating.
Aren't they about 90 points?
About 90 plus about 50 points of weapons.
Fuck.
But, you know,
But they always
that's-
kill.
that's not-
Their weapon skill and
They didn't kill
their
300.
combo attacks awesome.
give them a decent weapon, like a ogre blade, and they will kill 3 dudes a turn straight up.
Yeah, but at the moment, you're spending 140 points on killing a 10-point champion.
Yeah, but the problem was I had some fucking delusional idea that I'd kill your bloody heroes as well, but it didn't work, did it?
Eventually they would, because I'd just run out of... But as you found out, like, he's still alive.
Yeah, it's just there is the drama, the 1+ armor.
And he's only a warrior priest, he's like nothing.
Yeah, so really I shouldn't waste my time on that fucking idiot. I should just go hack. I should give my assassin a better weapon.
Something ignores armor or something.
It ignores armor.
Just a +2 plus
And
3,
then that
so
would
straight
have
6.
savaged
Then you'll
cavalry.
be chopping cavalry down, and then suddenly we've got an effective combo.
There you go.
Well, there's a fucking lesson. I've learned something.
Yeah, strength 3 elves just can't do anything about Bloodguard Knights or Knights Panther or anything.
Yeah, and I've got to get a bit smarter in how I use this army. They've had, I don't know, 2 or 3 good games, 2 very bad games where they've been massacred. This is the second one where they've been slaughtered.
What was the other one? What else?
Yeah, because we ended up playing a lengthways table game where I had to march across the fucking table to a wood elf sitting in a fucking forest.
That would not be fun for any army.
Yeah, well, I think the moment we chose the mission, I lost that one.
Even the Empire's trouble with that.
Yeah. Yep. All right, well, there we go. The rehabilitated elves have, despite their best efforts of rehabilitation, all gone and died. We'll have to rehabilitate some more and work out some better combos that might actually work in a really nasty, cheaty, hey, my character is ignoring the challenge and going to just kill your rank and file sort of way. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment. Time to call it a night.